So good morning, everyone. My name is István Görgei, and welcome back to another Capture webinar. Today will be a little bit a special session for us because we will have a co-host in the meeting as well. And we won't do any kind of live demonstration today. And it's really important for us to hear your voice. So I will highlight it multiple times during the webinar that please share your feedbacks with us, because this is just an initial discussion about the possibilities from AI perspective on the ServiceNow platform. And we have multiple other topics what we could cover in the future. And we also, considering to have a little bit of the different session, not just webinars, but maybe podcast sessions as well, because as we had previous discussions with our co-host Gábor Láner, who will be introduced soon, we figured out that we have so much to share with you, our vision, our ideas, and we could speak much more longer about the topic. So this is just an initial discussion where we will have what we will have today. So let me open with the agenda, which is not that long for this session. We just want to highlight, based on our understanding, what's coming from the AI perspective to the platform, and how we complied our understanding on the newest features, functionalities, and the roadmaps what ServiceNow has. So this is again a little bit of a safe harbor notice for you guys. We will share today our understanding and our view and our vision on the platform. We have no committed information or anything secret from ServiceNow. This is our interpretation what will happen on the platform and how we will reach to a certain point, a certain vision, but we will discuss further. So just a quick introduction about myself. My name is István Görgei, and I'm the head of the ServiceNow unit internally in Capture, and I'm also responsible for partner alliances. And basically, I started as a strategy portfolio management consultant many years ago, but I could touch several other tools and other IT relevant business applications. Like CRM applications, like project portfolio management tools, like ticketing tools. I work together with many vendors as well, and this is why I'm representing the ServiceNow unit internally in Capture, because I have so much experience with those tools. I can maybe put together something like a strategy or a vision how Capture will serve the customers. We won't focus that much on Capture's portfolio today because we would like to save this time for the discussion, but we will send out the slides later, and of course I put there some portfolio elements, and you can check our website as well to get news on our company, and on LinkedIn as well. So please follow us, and that's it in a nutshell about my profile. And I will hand it over to Gábor Láner. And I will call him like Hugo because this is his nickname. Please, Hugo, introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you very much, Isti, and welcome everyone. I'm Gábor Láner. This is actually my first time doing this kind of webinars related to ServiceNow, so it's a totally brand new thing for me. I've been working mainly as a developer for, I think, almost 20 years now. I have been a Java developer, PHP developer, .NET developer, Oracle developer. So I moved forward with quite a lot of different programming languages and technologies. And later on, I became a lead developer, then a CTO, head of development. For a few years, head of innovation, and now, starting with this year, I became at Capture the head of artificial intelligence. And that's not only because I was a developer and I'm coming from a technical point of view, but mostly because AI has been my thing for basically since my university years. So it's something that was very interesting for me for quite a lot of time, and now it's pretty exciting to see it coming live and out of the sci-fi films and novels. It seems like it's becoming reality, but as usual, reality is a bit more complex and a bit more messy than fantasy and sci-fi. So we are here to focus on the actual capabilities and potentials of this technology related to ServiceNow.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the introduction. And one thing what I would like to add to your introduction, that you attended to the Knowledge this year in Las Vegas. And and originally we had an idea that you could summarize for us what you learned over there, and this is of course included in the webinar because you have the latest knowledge, but we won't focus on specific functionalities or features, but we would like to highlight where the platform is heading towards. And yeah, first of all, my question to you, Hugo, what is your vision for the AI enterprise improvements over the next few years? So where are we heading from this perspective?
Yeah, going back to Vegas a bit. So basically, the new release, the Australia release, and this whole knowledge this year was all about the AI. Everything was about AI. All the keynotes, all the sessions, basically everything. And it's not unusual. So today, I think most of the software companies are focusing on that. So even if it makes no sense, you will add AI to your product because this is expected. But I think ServiceNow is a bit different because they are very well positioned to actually achieve something with AI. Because usually when you have a CRM solution or a DH3 solution, something like that, you will add AI on top of that just because. But ServiceNow is all about automation. It's all about creating business processes, managing, governing your already existing workflows. And if you did it well, and you are mature enough in regards of, for example, ServiceNow adaptation, then adding an agentic layer on top of that, it's a no-brainer. It's pretty easy because all of the guidelines, everything is in place. So for those companies, I think the new stuff that came out with this release and what we were talking about in Vegas, it can be a pretty big deal right of now. And they also said that ServiceNow always like to introduce themselves as the platform of platforms. And now the new slogan is they want to become the agent of agents. And maybe it's just a marketing slogan, but it makes sense because they have added a whole lot of building blocks, a lot of new interesting stack to your technology that's specifically designed to manage and handle AI agents, the agentic processes and tool set. So I think the vision that they try to achieve is they want to become a fully autonomous agentic platform. When you just ask ServiceNow that please handle my whole business for me, and maybe that's a bit too ambitious for this year. But what we have in mind in Capture is a bit more careful, a bit more human-centered. And that's why we started to talk about the work OS. So instead of treating ServiceNow as a fully autonomous agentic platform, it can be a unified central entry point for your whole enterprise. So you wouldn't let ServiceNow to decide what should be done and act on its own on your behalf, but it could be the front end for all of your enterprise softwares in one place. And I think this is what we should talk about today.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me recall a moment. I attended a lot of AI-driven conferences in Europe while you've been in Vegas. But once it happened that the CTA actually asked the audience in Vienna about their let's say implemented AI functionalities and who uses what from the available ServiceNow capabilities, and actually no one showed that they would use it. And for me, ServiceNow acts like a lighthouse. It's something similar for me, that what we could follow in the darkness, and they have a strict and really good path to reach this kind of vision what they have. And coming back to this work OS thing, that's really interesting for me as well, that I had this kind of vision that once upon a time we will have just one interface and we can do whatever we want to create a new invoice in an ERP system or whatever. But what are those building blocks? What we foresee on the platform? So this is I think the most interesting for our audience. And for this one, we put together a slide as well. And this is the only slide what I will show in the future. So yeah, let's discuss those elements what we have here on the list.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yes. So this year they introduced a lot of acquisitions. So starting with Moveworks, they actually acquired Moveworks, and ServiceNow already had some similar technology, but I think it was necessary to move it a bit forward. So this fits precisely into the WorkOS vision, because with the Otto, that's basically the new chat-based or AI-based UI element for the users. It's you can just use your natural language and ask information about your data, about your workflows, your processes, your the statuses of your processes. And not only that, it can even just out of the scratch build new dashboards, build new UI interface elements specifically for you. So if they move forward with that, it could fit pretty well into our vision, honestly. We are also talking about data fabric and
just before we jump into the data fabric part. So yeah, that was a weird question for me as well. If they had, previous to the built-in AI, why they would need the Moveworks platform for this. But I think that's just a market enablement, another segment of the market. And the biggest question for me about this kind of Jarvis like user interface where you can put everything inside. But the biggest benefit, of course, that the user doesn't need to really learn sophisticated IT systems and complex solutions, and they can interact with those systems via ServiceNow. But the biggest question for me, how ServiceNow will understand the business complexity out from those other systems. So if you integrate currently with another system, you need to define the data mapping, so everything, how to handle this kind of information. So this is something like a really complex story, and I cannot really understand how it will work on the platform.
Actually, you made a pretty good point, because as I know, you and me also worked in quite a lot of companies. They all have their own specific tool set, basically for everything. And yeah, it can be a hassle if you just start working in a specific company.
Yes.
Okay, where can I handle my rights and privileges? Where can I handle my timesheets? So yes, it would make life pretty much easier if you would just have one user interface, and where can I submit my PTOs, for example, and you don't have to know that. You don't have to navigate in I don't know how many softwares and menu structures. You just ask the software. Yeah, that would be a pretty nice endpoint. But to answer your question, I think it's the same issue as it was with all the different previous technologies. So you had business intelligence, you had data warehouses, you had data marts, because not just softwares and the agents, humans also have to know what data means what, and where the master data is, what software is the owner of that specific data. And if you did any kind of implementation regarding, for example, data warehouses, you know that usually they are pretty messy and complicated, and in the end, they never work like you hoped it will work, precisely because the information is limited. You have to have insights for that. And whenever I talk with people about this, they have a feeling that AI, just general, AI can help you with that, because it's all about semantic understanding. It's all about extracting the patterns and the meaning from the context. So I think many people believe that if you gather enough information and your already existing documentation and your insights, and just let AI work, then it should find most of the relevant data that you need for that. I'm not sure it will happen, but with enough work, human work, where you supplement it, I think it could be feasible right now. I have a hunch that it will finally happen.
Yeah, and we also had a discussion together that this is where actually ServiceNow partners can help. So addressing this kind of contextual part of the data integrity and the just to harvest the zero copy interfaces in data fabric, how to really represent the information, how to use it in different use cases. So this is where we could have the work in the future as well, because this is where we have experience. So I think you integrated so many systems together as a developer, and with mid layers, with a lot of technology, and basically this is again something new, but we must translate this to our world. So yeah, that's an interesting topic.
Sorry, and just to add one thing, without that it won't work. So if you don't do that, if you don't gather enough context out of your business and your software landscape, it won't work, because the agent will not have any context to work with. So any company that are willing to go through with this new evolution step, they should focus on that. Yes, exactly.
Sure. And by the way, I just checked out the question and answers tab in Teams, and we got a question about where there are any information about AI making mistakes. So this is typically a point where we must put focus on, because what we see as well, that you mentioned at the introduction, that ServiceNow would like to represent itself like an automation tool for everything and automate your business. However, we need the human interaction, and this is really important as well, to have the governance, to have the value tracking, to have the commits at the very end of the data modification. So if we run now something on ServiceNow, so maybe if I would like to create a new invoice in the ERP system, then at the end I have the possibility to do the commit by myself. So I need to review, of course, everything. So this is how we have the human in the loop, I think. But coming back to the governance topic, this is where we have the AI control tower. You see in the latest version, what's your opinion about? Because this is something like a really sophisticated dashboard for me.
Yes, in the demos, they mostly focused on on the CTO or CIO level. So most of the dashboards are about how much money you actually saved with using agents. But I think the most important topic, or the most important talking point, is that AI as a whole, as a technology, will become pretty soon a fundamental thing in every enterprise life. So like you had CI/CD, like you had DevOps,
Yeah.
like you had a whole lot of IT-related infrastructure elements. AI, agents, data pipelines, they bring a whole lot of new complexity and a whole new lot of technological step into your life. And I can tell each and every large enterprise and corporations, they are just hoarding together a whole lot of different frontier models, local LLMs, and without governance, it can cost a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
It can bring a whole lot of security and GDPR and data-related risks. So you need something that you can manage all of your AI workflow and workforce, the agents, the models, everything in one place. And with Control Tower, ServiceNow is trying to do that. So the message is bring your own devices, bring your own tools, bring your own models, and put everything under the Control Tower, so you can secure it to avoid prompt injections. You can check the messages. So it's basically a guardrail kind of technology, and also a cost center as well. So
yes.
Yeah, it's a very good new technology, and they want to push it as much that I think they are giving it out for free for now. So it seems they really want to saturate the market with that.
Yeah. That's a unique capability, actually. So if you have all your assets or your workflows, even workflows that triggers external systems with zero copy, we have the possibility to oversee it, and that's a really interesting and important part. And again, for us as a company, we have also this kind of significant problem internally, that how to track those AI agents, what we have inside our company, how to track those AI tools inside our company, and also to see what the users are doing, because that's important. Who does what? If someone uploads, something like really secure information, that's not good for our company. So this is really an important part. And yeah, going forward, we have this new agent fabric, which is not a new thing, of course, because ServiceNow, always had those workflows in the background, and they had the AI capabilities. But the agent fabric is something on a next level. So this is not agentic AI, but also an integrated stuff.
Yes, and I think it's coming back to the point that they want to position ServiceNow as the agent of agents. So I think they realize that in theory, from a sales point of view, a marketing point of view, it would be pretty easy if you say that bring all of your processes, all of your workflows within ServiceNow, but in reality, most of the customers are using ServiceNow, and besides that, they are using SAP, Oracle technologies, a whole lot of things. And I think it's pretty reasonable and an understandable standpoint. And okay, you can do that, but in the end, all of these agentic workflows should be managed and controlled in a ServiceNow.
Yes.
And you should just integrate all of your infrastructure landscape within ServiceNow and within the agentic processes inside ServiceNow. So that can also be a pretty interesting thing for us as well.
Yes.
If we are doing the integration, yes.
Yes. All right then, and last, but this is I think the newest, that ServiceNow had some acquisitions on the security side as well, and security layer as well. And we have Armis and Visa here about identity and security management as well. What's your opinion on those tools?
I was pretty happy to see that, honestly, because you know I'm not coming as a ServiceNow focused guy. Yes, because I was working with a whole lot of different kind of technologies, and I think it's pretty good. That it means that they understand the requirements, and it means they have a clear vision about the future. Because if we really believe that in a few years, or maybe in next year, you won't only have a couple of dozen people working in a specific team, but beside them, you will also have hundreds or thousands of autonomous agents. Then the security becomes a nightmare. So how can you track what they are doing, what they can access, what they can edit, what they can delete? For that, you need a pretty good infrastructure, and I think those acquisitions were precisely about that, automating the access and identity management within ServiceNow as well. Because without that, you won't have the trust for your platform.
For sure. Yeah, we are getting to the end of our time, so I must close the session for today. But we have some questions, and let me open the Q&A session here. So I already answered the first questions, or tried to answer the first question about the information about making mistakes. And we have another question from someone. Everything also for the self-hosted customers. Yeah, I think on the AI field, no. So this is pretty much for the software as a service customers, because those functionalities what we highlighted here that requires this from platform side. We have some tricks and possibilities for the on-prem customers as well. If you want to have a discussion on this and to review the options for you, we can help also involving ServiceNow and our experts what we can offer here, what we can figure out for you. So this is the answer for that question. But I cannot see any other question. If you have something, just post it in the chat or in the Q&A. And by the time, please fill out or feedback form as well, because it's really important to us to figure out what could be the next topic, because the idea in the background that we could go inside every single layer and we can do a better review and a bigger discussion on those, just to connect the points. But currently, our understanding is that ServiceNow is getting closer to this kind of work OS possibility, because they are putting there all the building blocks which is required to reach this point. And hopefully we will arrive to the future soon. But to be honest, and between us, this is not out of the box yet. So partners should be there and help to the customers to reach this kind of point where they can utilize the full work OS like features and functionalities. Thank you for your help here, Hugo, and thank you for your discussion. Please fill out the form. We will send out the link via email. We will send out the presentation, what you've seen today. And thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. Have a lovely day, everybody.
Have a nice day.